grades, athletics, extracurricular activities, jobs, relationships. High school students are asked to assume the added pressure of taking standardized tests. Which ones are important? What do they mean?
The SAT, the ACT, and the PSAT are all college board tests.
I think the school district probably makes us take PSSAs because it's required by the government.
Evaluate what everybody learned and compare it to everybody else.
Because the school district just wants some money and they want to make sure that we're doing pretty well in school.
PSSA is the state-mandated test, so in grades 3 through 8 and the 11th grade, all students in Pennsylvania in those grades have to take reading and math assessments to determine levels of competency in those particular areas.
I do think we take too many tests because we take them every year, fourth grade on, and the experience is good, but I don't think it's necessary.
I personally believe that we should take more standardized tests. That way we could compare ourselves towards the rest of the educational environment throughout the country.
The school district makes us take too many of them, but they're not that bad because we get out of school for a week, and so I don't really mind them, and these ones are really easy. So.
Well, the reason we do so many standardized tests for various reasons. Some of them are state mandated, like the PSSA. Other tests the school district chooses to do to gauge student progress and also to help with curriculum writing and curriculum planning.
Well, I guess first of all, I would say they're not asked to take a great number of standardized tests. The only standardized tests, and they're actually truly considered to be norm reference tests, are the PSSA, and at this point in the high school we will now be taking the ERB CTP4 test.
You can mess up really bad in your grades in high school, and if you get a high enough SAT score, you could really still get into some good colleges.
Getting high grades in high school is much more important because getting high grades you earn throughout the year, and test scores are just a test you take once.
I think that high test scores and high grades are important for college and for personal things, because if you go into a college and you have high test scores, obviously they're going to accept you, but if you don't have high grades, then they're going to know that you don't work hard.
I think it depends, because if you have really high grades, first of all you should get high SAT scores, and second of all you don't need them as much. But if you have lower grades, you should put more emphasis on them.
That a school's responsibility is to teach students how to be good thinkers, not just for good grades, not just to pass tests, but how to think and how to process information and how to use it, because that truly is a lifelong skill that you will use in jobs, in your life, and your relationships. So to teach children to be good thinkers, I believe, is the school's #1 responsibility.
SATs kind of seem to determine your future more than the PSSAs. The PSSAs are just more about the school district, and the SATs are more about myself.
I think there's too much emphasis on standardized testing because some people have difficult taking tests, and that doesn't reflect how intelligent they are.
Schools in general make us take so many standardized tests that people don't really take them seriously. Therefore, they goof off, they don't study for them.
Some people can have a bad day and not have a good test score for SATs, and I'm really stressing out about them, so I'm not really excited to take those.
I think the most pressure comes from the test and trying to balance the rest of your day and having to take the tests. I know personally, I sat down and had the PSSAs for 3 hours, and I went to another class and took a test, and that really takes a toll on you throughout the rest of the day and the week.
Obviously, the most important thing that we believe we do is to educate students, to help students learn and acquire the skills that will be important for them to be successful in life.
As far as the standardized tests, a lot of the standardized tests are based on how well do you think, not necessarily how much that you know. So in teaching some of the background information, like in math and English and science and social studies, it prepares students not directly for the test, but it gives them a background of knowledge so that they can apply their thinking skills in taking those tests.
And we may all believe that we are doing very well here within the confines of Peters Township School District. But if we didn't compare ourselves to folks outside of Peters Township, we might lose perspective on how well we are doing compared to the rest of the world. And now that students are going to have to compete in a global economy, it's more important than ever that we have those external validations of what it is that we're attempting to accomplish here in Peters Township.